Hello everybody! It's time for G-Bear's Off-Grid Ways and Adventures. Year 6. It's still year 6. Boy, the time is flying by. Alright, let me get to this. Yeah, today I was hunkered in the cabin, so I decided to make 2 dozen pickled peppered eggs with dill. That's the dill right down here at the bottom. And that's a red hot pepper. And these are all sliced jalapenos. And the yellow stuff is turmeric. That gives it a little extra deep flavor. So, yeah, I make my own pickling juice and all of that stuff. And, well, I had time to get this done today, so I figured I may as well get it done. In the meantime, I did do some window washing yesterday. The outsides of the windows, while it was calm out. And bet you can't guess what the conditions are right now outside. Yeah, you're right. Windy and warm at 419. So the gusts have been hitting up over 30 miles per hour, but it seems to have calmed down a little bit. So I'm going to venture outside and show you some of the other things I've done, because I know you're just waiting to see that. By the way, I apologize for my earbuds dangling in front of the camera yesterday. I'm wearing them right now, but yesterday I brought them out just in case, because it felt like the wind was going to pick up yesterday afternoon. And I got down to the garden house and I said, well, it's not that windy, so I don't have to wear my earbuds. And I just hung them around my neck, and then the cords were dangling down in front of the camera, because I was using that chest holder for the camera that day. So anyway, I'm going to show you over here one of the things that I did. I didn't do this today. I actually did this yesterday before planting tomatoes. And those tomatoes, I was in there today to give them a little bit of water. And they've already grown almost an inch. Yeah, one day, overnight. You think they liked the way I planted them? So, yeah, I'll show you those in about a week, and then you'll be amazed at how big they are. So what I did here was the outhouse was looking a little shabby. The floor was really bad off. So I had some floorboards left over from when I did my kitchen. I still have a whole nother box of them. So I put a new floor in, and that looked a lot better. And down on the 2 sides, they had big gaps in the wood like that. And sometimes you're sitting in here, the wind would be blowing through, and then you feel something itchy and it was a fly on your leg, and you're like, you know what, we gotta do something about that. So I put some on the sides. Then I put a little back piece on there, because the wind comes mostly from that direction. So I put that little back piece on there. You notice that the winds are blowing, but you notice that the wipes aren't moving at all, and the TP isn't moving at all. So that blocked off some of the wind. It doing a great job. I also refinished the toilet seat. Believe it or not, I got that toilet seat in 1985 or 86. One of those, I think it was 86. So 1986 I got that toilet seat. And it's still in good condition, because every now and then I take it off of there and I bring it in the shop and I recoat it with a good varathane coating and take good care of it. So that's holding up. I also made a little cover here for the butt wipe to protect it, because it's starting to become the moth season. And believe it or not, the moths will tunnel themselves inside a roll of TP and stay warm when it gets a little chilly at night, even though it's been only dropping down to the 50s at night. So I got that part done. Now I'm walking directly into the wind. I also cleaned out the chicken coop, all the nests, because the brooding hens had abandoned their eggs. I guess they were sitting on them for too long. It was like 6 weeks they were on them. And they realized that they weren't going to do much of hatching, so they abandoned them. And then they started laying eggs in the other nesting boxes. But every now and then they would lay a couple of eggs in the old nesting box on top of the old eggs. And I didn't know which ones were which. So I had to clean all of that out today. And all of those old eggs that were sitting in there, I cleaned out every egg in the hen house. And all the eggs went into the coyote feeder. And you went, coyote feeder? What are you, nuts? Well, I got a coyote feeder over there, and I put bones and things like that, corn cobs, all that stuff goes into that coyote feeder. And sometimes at night I'll come out and I'll look over there, and there'll be two bright white eyes staring back at me, probably about a foot off the ground. So it's a coyote, because canines are the ones that have bright, fiery white eyes in the nighttime when light hits them. So anyway, the eggs are out there, and there's probably 2.5 dozen eggs in there. And the coyote tonight is going to have himself a feast. I'm curious to see how many he actually eats tonight, or if he actually brings some friends along. Coyotes are not really big pack animals. They like to work on their own, but we'll see. All right, so another thing I made, because I'm going to be doing some prospecting soon, and I want to go down to the creek where I saw the bedrock sticking out as plain as day, and there's crevices in the bedrock, and it doesn't look like anybody's ever cleaned those out and panned them and checked them. So I'm going to get down there and do that. So I made myself a crevicing hook, and this is what it looks like. And this is so I can get down in the cracks between the bedrock and scrape out what's in there. And it's got a fairly decent point on it. It'll get down to a 1/16 of an inch. And if there's anything in there, I can hook it and pull it out. And then I'll use a brush, which I've got inside the cabin right now, and my scoop to brush it out. So that's one of the ones I made. This is the other one I made. This is the big one, so I don't have to bend over so far. And this one's really sharp, so I actually put a piece of plastic tubing or rubber tubing over the tip so I don't cut myself on it. But I use a piece of 3/4 inch shark bite pipe for a handle, and then I've got a place where I can put my finger around there, or I can put it in here and get a really good grip if I need to pull tight on something. So this side I left the loop sticking out, and I want to put a little two-sided dog leash type thing in there, so that I could just clip that on my belt with the hook facing away from me, so that it doesn't, if it swings, it won't poke me in the legs. And that'll be an easy way to carry that. And then also got this done. This is a handheld suction tube, and inside there's one of those 1.5 inch expansion plugs. You tighten the wing nut, and it expands and blocks the end of the pipe off. And then this part right here will actually screw into this end like that. And then I can use this to suck whatever's in the cracks and crevices of the bedrock. I can suck it out of there with this, so I don't have to carry a battery-operated vacuum cleaner. I can use a handheld vacuum cleaner. So that's all ready to go. That's stuff I've been wanting to do for a while, and I've got it all ready and set for the next adventure trip down to the stream. And I was talking to Tony and Leanne at doing redneck things off grid with Tony and Leanne, but they took the with Tony and Leanne off. But apparently they're going to be going down to the Hemet area to pick up a camper soon. And when they do, they will probably stop by here on their way back home and spend a day or two, and we'll head down to the stream and do some panning. Sounds like fun to me. I also want to get my my new gold cruiser out there. My Nokta Macro Gold Cruiser is a real sensitive unit. And I want to haul that down there and see if I can pick up on any little tiny picker nuggets or anything like that. All right, that's all I got for today. I just wanted to touch base with you guys, let you know what's going on. Also, when I was driving through the desert, I saw another pile of trash somebody had dumped, and there was two of these level vertical blind units there, and I grabbed those. And you say, well, why would you grab those? Well, I use almost every part off of these things. The rods that are inside of it are what I make TV antennas out of. The aluminum channel, I use that for all kinds of different stuff. The strings, I get those off of there, and I save those in a wrapped ball. If I need string for anything, I've got it. The bead chain, I take the bead chain off of there, and I save all the bead chain. And the metal and the screws and all that stuff. It all comes in handy. Now I can make a couple of TV antennas just out of what I've got here. I can use the metal channel as the framework for the unit, and then for the elements, I use that rod that's inside of there. That's what I used on my last one. And I've got a bender that fits in a vise that I can bend those without breaking them. And as you know, because that's how I made that antenna up there. But I did use up all of that back shielding stuff when I built the new chicken coop extension. So I'll have some of it coming back to me when I finally extend the coop across, because I got some on that wall, 2 pieces of it as a matter of fact. So I'll have enough to make a couple of more TV antennas, and maybe sell those to a neighbor or whatever, see if they need them. All right, well, that's all I got, everybody. Thanks for joining me. Don't forget, thumbs ups, don't forget to subscribe. It's still absolutely 100% free. It's so easy. All you do is click on the word subscribe. The little bell icon pops up. You click on that, and you get notified every time I post a new video. That's all that happens. Nothing else will happen to you. It doesn't cost you anything, and you won't get any problems from doing that. So do it. I'll be happy. You'll be happy. And we'll all be happy. And we can sing along. All right, everybody. That's all I've got. Don't forget, I've patched that hole in that tote down there, and I've got to transfer some water into it and check, make sure it works. And I was asked through email how I got a hole in my water tote. Well, it was caused by an Irishman. Yeah, an Irishman did it. His name was Rick O'Shea. Oh my gosh, Rick O'Shea. All right, everybody. Talk to you later. This is G Bear signing off.